Do you see what this is? I hope you guys can see that. We're looking at over 2,000 points off of Dow as I'm speaking. And now this is not a secret, because in 2016 I came out and I told everyone, in my opinion, what was going to happen, which is happening right now, that we're in an everything bubble, stocks, real estate, bonds, so on, debt bubble, and we're seeing it deteriorate as I'm speaking. I got hate mail, I got death threats, I got people talking about my mama, I got people talking about me, and it was very tough to speak the truth, because it doesn't take a brain scientist to realize that the market is fake. It's all artificial. They're printing money like crazy. They're inflating assets by lowering interest rates. That's why the price of a car is what it is today versus 20 years ago. That's why the price of homes have doubled in such a short period of time in cities like Denver, cities like Las Vegas, and many other places. Now, so it's not a shock that there's blood in the streets. It's not a shock that people are going to be losing their pensions. People are going to be losing their financial retirements. And it's going to be tremendous fear going on. Now, let me put the disclaimer out there. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. I'm just a refugee to America that has been able to be my dreams with just $100 living out of my car. And I've done that multiple times, and I let it all go to the homeless because it didn't make me happy. Accumulator, but in the crash, gold is going to come down, but eventually it's going to pick up a lot more. But it's still up hundreds of dollars versus the stock market. I said that the real estate bubble is going to bust, that there's too much printing of money, there's too much loose lending. They changed the regulation so anyone can borrow money to get a home. And this is toxic because people can't afford it because job salaries are not raising. However, inflation, the price of rent, the price of food is constantly going up. And I knew that all hell's going to break loose. And it is breaking loose now. Now, this is not a gloom and doom story. This is an opportunity. This is like tremendous opportunity. I'm so excited. I can't even deny it, like the song says. Okay, right? I try to warn them. That's the banker's fault. That's the big brother's fault of endless wars, massive bombs. They have money for bombs, but they don't have money for masks. They have money for bullets, but they don't have money for sanitizers to even give it to the first level emergency people. That's why if you go to any store right now, you can't find masks, you can't find sanitizers. I don't care if you go to Costco, you go to Sam's, you go to Walmart, you go to CVS, you go to anywhere you want to go, they're all out. And I brought it to you 2 weeks ago on my YouTube channel where I went to Costco and they were out of rice or out of water and so on. So this is what I'm going to call the greatest depression ever, because we're going to have two factors. The first factor, which is not the COVID-19, which is not the coronavirus, okay, this is engineered in someone's lab, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But we have two factors. Normally, when we have a Great Depression or recession, the bankers artificially create this stuff. They artificially created the booms and the busts. They create the artificial inflation. They create how much money is in. But today we have, a shortage of our manufacturing because we don't manufacture anything in America. We get it all from China. So the world's manufacturer has shut down. So we're going to have supply problems, and we're also going to have the artificially rigged system that the bankers have created together, which is going to cause the world greatest depression, which means there's going to be millions of wealth lost. And when that wealth is changed, there are going to be people out there that are going to receive it. One great example of opportunity that I see, which I again forecasted back in 2016, I turned it subject to heaven. Subject to heaven is there is a situation where we're right to buy a home because there's not that much inventory, right? They were taking homeowners were taken advantage by bankers because they say your home appraises for this much, right? And mortgage brokers and so on and so on. Now these home builders are all going to be upside down. Then there's going to be a flood of inventory because you have homeowners that are upside down trying to sell. You're going to have loan modifications happening trying to sell. You're going to have short sales happening trying to sell. You're going to have the foreclosure rate at an all-time high. You're going to have home builders trying to sell because they have debt to service. Okay, and as you can see, and I brought it to my YouTube channel. Some of the biggest home builders out there, right? Some of the biggest home builders out there in America, they're down points after points, but that's not the point. The main point of these home builders were, and I did it on my YouTube channel, they're underwater. They have no equity. These guys owe on their businesses 90%, 89% in debt versus equity. For every dollar they produce, they have to borrow 4.7 times that. For every dollar they produce, they got to borrow $5. Okay, it's not a functioning business. However, millions and millions of retail investors, millions and millions and billions of pension funds are buying into their stocks. Where I brought it to you on my YouTube channel, the insiders, the vice presidents, the CEOs, the general counsels of these home builders, which their stocks are just dumped. His stock. It was just one of the top guys. His name was Brian something. I can't remember off the top of my head. It was a couple of weeks ago. So you can see that the insiders have exited, and that people are going to be holding the shit coins, as they say. We're going to be the ones that's going to be holding the shitty coins. When you have TV stars from Nancy Money to the guy on CNN, Kramer, to even the president's kids telling people, okay, and whoever was the fool that listened to them, that maybe they should deserve to lose their retirements. You got to think for yourself, right? Everyone on TV, the media, everyone talked about how buy the dip, and it doesn't take a genius to realize the markets are going to tank because majority of the companies are dead companies, from GM to Ford to the banking. For example, when the president of the country comes out and says, our banking systems are great, they're very well funded, what he's basically saying is, please don't take your money out of there because it's going to collapse the whole system. Okay, one Big Brother says is this way, not financial advice. I know really what he's trying to say is really, I got to go this way. And that's just the reality. The Fed has never, ever, ever been right. The Fed is the guys that print your money, right? They've never, ever, ever been right on picking their recession or depression. Think about that. You got the most genius people with PhDs and Harvards and whatever. They've never been able to pick it, right? Where a refugee like me told you in 2016 that's going to pop. I was early. I didn't understand how much manipulations they can be done. I didn't really understand how the Fed will, and the plunge protection team and the families of power in the elites in America, what extent they're going to go to lie to people. And you're seeing it now. And again, this is not a financial advice, but I can almost guarantee anyone that listens to their financial advisor is now bleeding. And this is just a tipping point, guys. This is a tipping point because war is coming. War is coming. And if you just study history, right, if you just go back in history, you put a ball or some kind of thing there, you think the item is going to move forward, but it never does. In the wave, it goes forward and then it comes back. It goes forward and comes back. And it really never goes anywhere. And that's humanity, right? That's humanity. Because we have money for Lockheed Martin to the billions and billions of dollars. We have money for bombs, the mother of all bombs, the father of all bombs, the missiles. But there is no respirators. There's no masks in the stores. There's food shortages right now in America, the greatest country ever, guys. I told my parents to buy the food. Did they buy any food? No, they didn't. I told them weeks ago, right? I told them in 2016. I said, "Hey, man, it's not safe to have your money in the bank. You're on Fox." And I didn't say anything, but I told my wife, "Well, whenever you see it on Fox, it's too late at that time." Not financial advice. It's my opinion again, guys. Okay. So we are seeing great opportunities upon us. Again, I am so excited. I cannot deny it. Not for millions of people that are going to lose everything. That's not my fault. That's the central bankers. That's the corporations. That's the school system that brought everyone into believing you have to have a job and not be your dreams, to believing that that is okay, that you should just borrow. It doesn't even make sense. Nature is not like that, okay? Nature is not like that, guys. Guys, click the like button, okay? Click the like button. I'll go ahead and read the comments. Let me go ahead and read some of the comments right now. You called this, you nailed it. What is the next step in your opinion? My man says, Paul Evans. I'm sorry, guys, if I butcher your name. My spelling, like I said, I can't spell, I can't read, but I started where I stand. I've already wrote books. I sold them. I failed speech class, but I'm still doing it because, I listen to my heart, and my heart says, hey, accumulation sucks. I should help you guys. And I love what I do, right? And if I didn't, I wouldn't do it for free because, I don't get paid for this, all right? I actually get a lot of hate. You know what I mean? Like through 2016, I got so much hate. Right? I'm not a prophet. I don't have a crystal ball, but it doesn't take a genius to realize that people, when you go to the gas station, they don't fill up their tank all the way. It's not. It doesn't take a genius to watch that. Whenever you go to Walmart, and people that are coming out of there are all obese. It doesn't take a genius to do a little research to realize that all these companies, all these little families, elite families in America, like the Heinz, etc., they own the pharmaceuticals, they own the food, they own the TVs, and they're pushing propaganda from their TVs to their newspapers. They're pushing bad food to the public because it's all processed, which this causes disease like heart disease, like cancer. And at that time, they're pushing, the pills to you. So, it's very, very, very cyclical. It doesn't take a genius to realize it. Most of us watch Fox, watch CNN, NBC. We listen to these guys by the cartel, right? The cartel of the oil business. And if you don't know what the petrodollar is, you don't know why we're the world reserve currency. You don't understand why we're so rich while we haven't worked for it, while we have our cars, our homes, our education all paid for, while we haven't made the payments on it. We're making installment payments. It's because we're the world reserve currency. And it's being challenged right now with Russia. You think that Saudi is a small country like this, if it wasn't getting backed by us, billions of dollars by America, would stand up to, Russia? No. Okay. And the reason for this is probably war. Okay. And war has to come. I don't want war. Wars has to come because historically that's what, and I pray wars in our shoulder. And it might not even be us starting it. It could be the Saudis starting it. It could be Israel starting it. It could be some other situation starting it. But I can tell you this: we need war to get the economy back up historically. Okay. But meanwhile, there's great opportunities to be made. Great opportunities. One great opportunity to be made is in real estate. Okay. Real estate is going to, not because prices are going to go up. No. Because prices are going to come down. Prices are going to come down. There's going to be a lot of motivated sellers out there. There's already is. In 2019, I came and rang the bell and I said, listen. In my opinion, this is the best time to be a real estate investor. Okay, not because you fix and flip, because there's no money to be made in the market to fix and flip. This is the year. This is the time for owner financing, for subject to deals, because there's going to be so much inventory out there for a variety of different sellers, and people are not going to be able to sell. And some of them are going to just get one black eye and just let the bank take their home, call foreclosure. Other people are going to think they're clever and they're going to pay an attorney $5-10 grand and try to do a bankruptcy, and they're going to come out with two black guys. One for the foreclosure because the bank always takes the property. Usually the attorneys are just, again, I'm not an attorney, but I've seen a lot of people go through bankruptcy, and then I've seen them what happens because they lose their homes and they lost $5-10 grand, and then they got another black guy. They got two black guys. They can't buy a home. They can't get insurance. Insurance is going up on their homes, on their cars, and everything, because everything's credit based to get a cell phone, whatever. So you're going to see massive flood of motivated sellers out there, and a lot of them are not going to be able to sell, and they're willing to get a black eye and they're going to go to foreclosure. But other ones are realizing that, hey, they don't want a foreclosure on their account. They realize how important it is to keep their credit up, and this is what I call the season of subject to heaven. Subject to heaven is when there's a lot of motivated sellers and they try to sell traditionally, but they cannot sell traditionally for whatever reason. There's not enough credit anymore. The banks are bust. The banks are bankrupt, right? There's so much inventory. So there's a squeeze. And these sellers are willing to just let investors like myself just take over their payments, even though they have beautiful, gorgeous homes that don't need any work, even though that the seller's credit is still on the hook, even though that the house will cash flow significantly as a rental income, but these sellers just don't have the skills or the idea. They have too much fear to realize there's an opportunity. Well, maybe, they don't have to sell. A lot of sellers don't have to participate in this bust of the real estate, but they're going to, like it did in 2006, 2007, 2008. I bought in that time when everyone was selling. I didn't participate in selling my home and taking the loss. A lot of sellers did, right? But I was the one buying. And then 5-7 years later, all those houses had gone up hundreds of thousands of dollars, where all I did is just take over someone's payment, make it the next month payment, or pay for their closing, or make the 2 months they're behind, or the 1 month they're behind, or 3 months they're behind. And that was all I had to put down. I didn't have to get a loan. I didn't have to go to a bank. I didn't have to use my social security. I didn't have to use my company EIN number. I didn't have to do any of that. There was already an existing loan. Now, same thing happened with cars. I almost bought a Tesla by just taking over someone's payment, guys. Okay, believe it or not, brand new Tesla, didn't even have 20,000 miles on it. They couldn't, they had a job transfer. They were in the military. So there's a lot of opportunities for just taking over people's payments, from RVing to motorcycles to jet skis to real estate. But here's the thing. I don't want to take over someone's payment on a car when that thing is depreciating, right? Where I don't mind taking a homeowner's payments, because this thing is throwing me cash flow every month. Yes, it's going to be going down in price because of this crash, but I'm not looking to sell. I'm not a fix and flipper. I'm going to ride out the wave. I'm going to take this property that's going down in price because the seller and everyone else realizes it's not worth what it was. But what they don't realize is the golden gem in that, the golden ooze, which is this house has almost 0% mortgage rate. And the rents are constantly going up, and they've gone up, and they'll continue going up because of the massive printing the Federal Reserve is going to do. Which means the golden goose, the secret is that this property, even though it's going down in price phantomly, not a real loss unless you cash it out, it's spitting out hundreds, if not thousands, a month in positive cash flow. And it'll take certain type of skills, like being a landlord, knowing how to screen your tenants, learning how to do evictions, and all that stuff that goes with learning a new skill. Yes, it will be work. Yes, it will be a risk. But hallelujah, right? Hallelujah for me and anyone else that applies these strategies to buy these houses subject to. It doesn't matter if it's cars or real estate, but in this time, I'm not going to buy a car when it's depreciating. I got to put money into it for repairs and maintenance, and it doesn't give me any money. I'd rather buy houses versus all this other junk out there, like bikes and boats and blah, 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 right? Because these things, sure, I can take over someone's payment or buy at a deep discount. They're not going to put money into my pocket. They're going to take money out of my pocket. Where this one, I might only put $3,000 in, and every month they're going to give me $1,000 a month, $500 a month, $700, if not more, because after I get the renter's money, and then I pay the mortgage. Never had interest rate this low before. Not only the history of America, since the history of writing itself, Babylon, Sumerian time, guys. And so that'll tell you something, right? That'll tell you that mortgage rates are ultra low, rents are going up, and there's massive gold, massive opportunity in these homes that already have existing mortgage, because the average home seller has a job, and more than likely they're going to get fired from this job because they work for these big corporate America, which majority of them are under debt, highly leveraged out. And the only reason their stocks went up because the corporations bought back their own stocks, which is cricket to me, right? And now they're going to have to lay off people, okay? Which is going to cause massive amount of home sellers that are not going to be able to make payments. Same thing with cars, same thing with motorcycles, RVs, you name it, whatever you can imagine, businesses, commercial land, commercial factories, whatever you name it, right? I don't have a percentage, but I would guess that 90%, of American businesses are totally in debt up the gazoo. That means I'm talking about Fortune 500. Now, if you talk about the average worker, the average business owner in America, then it's probably numbers a lot more. I know I've met so many investors don't have $10,000 cash, but they have a line of credit of 200, 300. At any time, they could get into debt that amount of money, but they got no cash. The strip. I know business owners that have multi-million-dollar businesses, debt, bank money. The whole system is based on fake debtpreneurs. People are getting ahead because they're borrowing. They're not getting ahead because they have a better gadget. They're not getting ahead because they worked hard. They're not getting ahead because they knew how to sacrifice and tighten their belt. They're not getting ahead because they use imagination and creativity. They're not getting ahead because they listen to their heart. They're getting ahead because they got private money. They pulled in money. They got hard money. They got everyone else's money. They didn't have no money of their own. Well, guess what? Who's going to be hurting? These people, all the way from corporate America, all the way down to the average Joe plumber. Right? They're going to be hurting because they're all over leverage, which causes great opportunity because all these people that are over leveraged all have payments that an investor can take over and make a lot of money. And why is it a benefit to take over someone's mortgage? Well, there's so much benefit that I can write a whole video about for you guys. If you want to know why, leave it a comment and I'll explain to you. I don't got nothing else to do. I'm at the park watching the market crash, guys. I'll take some comments real quick. Mary, I trust in you more than I do our government. Maria, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Man, guys, I think what I'm trying to do is don't trust in me because I'm more wrong than right. What I want you guys to do is to question everything you hear. That's it. If you start questioning everything you hear and try to think for yourself, and now listen to Fox, now listen to NBC, now listen to Joe, Jose, Bob. I mean, for example, when the president says he wants negative mortgage rates, I'm sure he does. He's a debtpreneur. So he has so much debt. He doesn't want to borrow money and have to pay for it. He wants to borrow money and have the taxpayers to pay for it. He wants to borrow money and have the bank to pay for him to get into debt. I don't want that because that kills savers. That kills all the people that work their whole life to build something. They get wiped out where debtpreneurs get more and more, and they're really not producing anything besides debt, right? So thank you so much. Dean said the shit is fucked. Stinky bankers. Guys, man, these bankers are so stinky. I mean, in America, I know you're in Great Britain. Thank you for getting the new flip, man. Appreciate it, dude. But for example, if you look at banks today, I don't have a number and they're not going to tell us what it is. It's all hush hush beneath the table. Opening fake banking. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, think about it. Okay? Nothing happened. No one went to prison. No one went to jail. These banks are dead broke. They have a derivative on their books that even if you had a PhD, you couldn't understand. Let me tell you this, guys. The world derivatives overshadows all the money in the world. All the gold, all the cryptos, Apple's money, everyone's overshadows. The world's currency is this much compared to the infinite sea of derivatives. And they're not even talking about those things busting. Right? We're living in a stage where there's bailouts coming for everyone. We're already bailing out the farmers. Now we're going to have to bail out pharmaceutical companies. We're going to have to bail out the airlines, the entertainment, the hotels. We're going to have to bail out everyone. I mean, the media. We've already bailed out the bankers last crash. We're already bailing them out every day to a tune of billions of dollars. It's called the repo market, which most people don't ever understand. And the repo market, to simply put, is a complex thing, right? It's a bank-to-bank run. That's where the banks go to borrow money. And there's a shortage of bank-to-bank run happening in the repo market. And the Fed is printing that money, billions of dollars a day for months. and still markets are dropping as they are. Okay, it doesn't take a genius to realize that we're under massive world crashing. There's a war between Saudis backed by America and Russia on oil prices because they're going to need a war to re-stimulate this, right? And guys, one other thing, we think we're the best country ever. Fucked up on the test kits, but now the boogeyman Korea, right? The boogeyman Korea, they're doing 30,000 tests a day. 15,000 tests a day. In America, we're doing 15 a day. So the third world countries, the backwards that America says, I don't think so. I think we're all equal, right? I don't think we should have wars. But those people that are boogie, they're ahead of us, right? We got money for bullets, but there is no mask. Guys, I went to so many different places to get masks. There's no mask. If you want to go order emergency food today, I challenge you, go to REI, go to Bass Pro, go to Home Depot, go to Walmart, wherever, Sam, you got to wait 4 to 8 weeks before they may ship it to you. I placed the order, and I still haven't got it. It was over 2 weeks ago. It's still coming, guys. It's still coming, right? I'm not saying this. I don't want this to happen. That's why I do what I do for free for you guys, because I'm trying to warn everyone. It doesn't take a genius that you can't. That's not how nature works. You cannot, get your apple before you plow the ground. You put the seed, you nourish it, and you gotta wait. You can't get an apple that way. But how can you have a college degree that way? How can you have a car you haven't paid for right now? How can the people have a business, get hard money, like they're getting everything already when they haven't worked for it? It's not normal, and then we got to pay the reaper, and here it is, right? But at the same time, creates a lot of opportunities. I'm not trying to tell you the fear. I'm saying this is I'm super stoked. I'm super happy. Not for people losing their money, but great wealth is made at this time. There's so much fear and panic that the money's made. Let me go ahead and take some comments. Okay, what is the next step in your opinion? Well, Al Pawnee says, what is I've been listening for a while. You called this, you nailed it. Okay, what is the next step in your opinion? Man, I can't give you financial. I'm not looking for appreciation. I'm not trying to be a speculator. I'm looking to get cash flow today, and rental houses is where it's going to be, because everyone needs a place to live. And as more people default, they're not going to be able to buy another home, which means rentals are going to explode. There's going to be more renters. It's going to be rental properties. Meanwhile, there's going to be a lot of inventory for people trying to sell their home. They're not willing to rent it because they're just an average homeowner. They don't have the skills, nor do they want to get the skills, nor do they have the time or the patience and all the stuff that goes with it, guys. So, for me, is real estate. It's looking for opportunities going to give me cash flow where I can buy it at 60 cents on a dollar, 50 cents on a dollar, where I don't even have to saw it in the last crash. My family bought a pizza place, right? Pizza place with all the equipment. It was in business for 15 years. The guy, lost a lot of money. He was leaving to Russia for just 10 grand. For 10 grand, the restaurant equipment was at least $50,000-$70,000. Holy moly, guys! And there's so much motivated sellers out there, right? So if you're looking to make money today as a full-time business or as a side hustle because you already have a job, then you may consider looking at the new flip. All the capital you need to start this business is only $100. So $100 all you need, and your upside, the up potential is to make 200, 700 returns in a matter of hours or days. And the downside, the negative side, is you only could lose $100. I mean, this is the opportunity where I say, I see is your ability to lose is this much, and your ability to make is this much. Those are the type of risks I like to take. That's why in 2016 I said, real estate is a no-no. And everyone was doing real estate. Everyone was having success. There was so many real estate agents having success. People were becoming, mortgage brokers. People were going and becoming wholesalers and fix and flippers and just had jobs, did it through hard money. Well, all these people are going to get boom, and all these people are going to be losing their risk because entrepreneurship risk. If you don't want to have a risk, listen to your financial advisor, right? If you don't want to have a risk, keep a JOB, right? But even JOBs go out, companies go bankrupt, and so do the stocks, guys. So my thing is, you should be in the driver's seat. So if you take a risk, and if you crash and burn, you learn a lesson. Because if you give it to the financial advisor, they ain't gonna give you no lesson. They just got their money, right? And if you do win, you win because you did it and you're in total control. But the odds of winning whenever you're in control increases dramatically versus when you put your money into a stock and you put your foot up. Yeah, it's going to go up, and it does go up. For years, it goes up, and people never capture that equities. That's why I call it a phantom gain. It's fake. At any time the bank can just siphon it off like they're doing now, people overnight will lose hundreds of thousands of dollars from their retirements, from their pensions, just like this. So it was just a phantom. It was phantom gain. It was never really captured. A small percentage of people, like my wife, that I told her, get your money out of the 401, right? At first she didn't want to, but then she went with it. Okay, I'm pretty sure she was happy because you can lose your money, dude. I mean, it's not a crazy thing. I'll take more. Mary Perez, wake up call, everyone, dude. Wake up call for sure. I think more hardship is coming with the bug going on. With the, see, we live for the longest time. We have so much prosperity in America that we don't know what it is to have shortages. We don't know what it is to have no gas, no diapers, no masks. We don't know what that is, right? So it's going to hit Americans really good because we all became almost like snobby in a sense, and we don't know what it is to have shortages. And I think there's a good possibility that those things could come in. That's why 2 weeks ago I did a food run for you guys, and I warned everyone. It's already happening. It's already happening. So yeah, it is a warning call. The man said, "What is happening, Chris?" What's happening is great opportunities for entrepreneurs and real estate investors. That's what's happening. And bloodbath for everyone else. Don't do what they say, do what they do. Goldman brother says go right. I know his left is the way. When president says the banks are well funded, I'm like, they're about to bust right now, dude. Because when he said buy the dip, I said and we can see that it was totally opposite. BC, what's going on, guys? Before I forget, guys, the virtual wholesaling, guys, flash sale. You get my full day seminar where I teach you how to get deals in your pajamas over your cell phone. So you don't have to go meet sick people or anything like that, over your cell phone. I show you how to get these real estate deals that I'm working on. A large down payment. You do not need to have a credit. The seller will just give you their mortgage. You can get it right now at mrnofluff.com. Again, mrnofluff.com, the virtual wholesaling flash sale, $157 for a full day training versus the $4,000 that I normally charge. Why am I doing it? Because I'm trying to make 50 people. And again, we had 50. We're down to, I think, one. There's, I think, one or two left, guys. I can't remember. Okay, available. Why am I doing it? Because I want to make you your dreams. I want to give my stuff away. Please give me the testimonials when you start making money. There was a guy that posted on my YouTube comments that he said he listened to me. His wife almost divorced him, but now he's so happy that he listened to me because what I said exactly came true. And thank you for sharing that, man. And I know what it is because sometimes I make moves and my wife wants to divorce me too, and she gets mad. She doesn't understand it. And I try to explain to her, dude, you had a job all your life. I never had a job in my life. So whatever you think, I got to go left. If my wife says go right, I'm like, we got to go left because no disrespect to her, but she just brought up that way to have the herd mentality. Only when you become an entrepreneur, only when you listen to your gut is when you start changing, okay? And if you had a job all your life, it's hard to, when you see fear, you see a stampede, you're thinking you got to run with it this way. And it's just normal, But for me, when I see a stampede, I'm just trying to get away from everyone and go the other way because where everyone's going, I don't want to go that way. Because if I did, I'd be one of these people that would be losing thousands of dollars in my 401 or in my retirement, or I would have listened to a stinky banker. I would listen to a financial advisor. And I don't, because I like to take control. I make a lot of mistakes, but I learn from these mistakes. I've lost money, but I've made a lot of money. But our central bankers and evil corporations, which is all about profits, has destroyed us, right? And we can see it right now in the stock market happening right now. But America's a great country. I believe in small businesses. I believe in you, and I believe that you are more powerful than a stinky banker, than a credit score, than than some fake papers. You can be your dreams where you stand, how you stand, whatever you got. Whatever you got is enough. It's enough to be your dreams, guys. I'll take some more comments. Same with my parents. Been sorting the market. I feel you, man. I've been telling my parents there's going to be food shortages. Make sure you pile up. No, this is the greatest country ever. This is the greatest country ever. And it is the greatest country ever. But we can't let our ego get ahead of us because we don't produce anything here anymore. We produce bomb and debt instruments. Wall Street is the #1 producer of debt instruments. We have reverse mortgages. We have mortgage-backed securities. We got so much shit that we produce that is all for Wall Street. We don't manufacture shoes. We don't manufacture cars. We don't manufacture hardly anything in America anymore because we are outsourcing it. Okay, how do you feel about trading physical gold and silver as an asset? Man, my man said, how do I feel about physical gold and silver? Well, I've been in it all since 2016 when it was at $1,100 an ounce, and I made it public so people can see myself, my family in risk, because I believed that the market was going to crash so hard, and that's why I got into gold, and that's why I told everyone what I did. I got a bunch of hate. It says, California God, I bought your course, loved it. Only thing is, it doesn't show you where are to find the people to buy them from. I'm putting my 401k money out, and I'm looking to take over someone's debt payment. Any advice? My man said he bought my course, and I'm assuming he bought the the virtual assistant course where I teach you how to close the deals in your pajamas over your phone. Yes, that course, guys, in a 7-hour plus or almost 8-hour days, you're not going to be able to learn everything underneath the moon and the stars. That course, just like what it says, the title is virtual wholesaling, closing the deal in your pajamas over the phone. Okay, so what it talks about is how to talk to sellers, when to talk to them, how to say this, how to not to say this, how to figure out. It shows you the whole business overview, but the main focus is to build rapport, to get these deals over the phone. Now, I have other courses that teaches you how to find them. For example, if you're interested, I'm thinking about maybe doing this, my alchemy stones, where I have 13 pawns of highly motivated sellers that I show you guys how to find these sellers totally for free. They're totally for free. Let me say, for free, dude. As a refugee, I started with making money with free. I don't believe in getting in debt. So my trading is creativity, imagination. So the alchemy stones shows you 13 pawns you can go to right now. It's a secret. I'm not giving it away. To find these sellers that are highly motivated in this economy that want to sell their home. Plus, it gives you my whole business, like my whole franchise. Normally, I sell it for $10,000, guys, $9,000. Okay, I'm thinking about selling it, a pre-recording version of it, so everyone can download it, maybe for $900 or $500. I'm not sure. If you're interested, leave a comment. I'll think about it. Okay, but in that course, I show you my whole franchise. So it's not a 1-day course. It's a 2-day course with a lot of manuals. So you learn where to find these sellers, how to talk to them, how to do market, how to do the follow-up, how to have contingency plans, how to get the offers, everything you need to know. From Facebook marketing to automation to skip tracing. I mean, my whole business. That's why it's $10,000. It's like buying a franchise without paying the franchise fee. Okay. And my last student, Eric, after he took the class, he made $25,000. Go check out his testimonial at mrflip.com. I'm sorry, not Eric, Jay. Sorry, guys, too many students. And then my man's question is, does he have any advice? No, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give anyone an advice. There's too much liability here in America, and I really don't know what to do. But if you're looking to get $9,500 of my best-selling courses that are going to help you get a deal. For example, Flipping Wednesdays, okay, shows you exactly where one of the pawns to look to get free motivated sellers for free. You don't have to spend no money. You don't have to do any cold calling. There's no Facebook ads. There's no bandit signs. There's none of that crap. It's free, totally for free. It shows you how to find motivated sellers. Okay. Now I charge $2,000 for this course, but I included in my profit sharing totally for free because we'll work together on one deal and we'll split the profits and I'll recoup my money. But more importantly, I help you become your dreams. So if you have your money straight, $3K, 1 month of coaching. You get all my courses on how to give the offer, where to find the sellers, how to negotiate, how to do subject to, all that stuff, plus 1 month of coaching with me. right? For 3K. If you like to continue after that first month to work with me, then it's only 119 bucks. Freaking 119 bucks, dude, less than your cable bill, right? To work with me. And the reason I do it because I love working with people. And one way that I eliminated not dealing with people that are not highly motivated is to charge a higher price because, you know, I don't got time for people that don't believe in themselves, guys. Negativity is contagious, right? Hanging around with people that don't believe in themselves are always taking my energy, right? And I don't want to have a relationship like that. I don't want to have a relationship like that with my family. I don't want to have a relationship like that with my students. I want students that we're gonna learn from each other and get ahead together. I don't want students where I'm gonna constantly putting to them, help them believe in themselves all the time, sucking up my fucking energy. When I come home to my kids, I got no more energy because I'm just giving it to them, right? And I don't want to do that anymore. So 3K. If you don't got 3K, no problem. The program's not for everyone. I have tons of free videos, tons of free training at myrealestatedojo.com. Go check it out. Over 800 training courses, and you can put it in together for yourself and figure it out. But if you wanted to do it faster, you want someone to watch over your shoulder, hold your hand, ask any questions, then 3K is the cost, and you get $9,500 worth of training, which is going to show you how to flipping Wednesdays. Yeah. Cool call. I can't remember all the courses, guys. So I don't want to say something that's not here. Just go check it out. MrNoFluff.com. Click on profit sharing. BC, mother of all bailouts coming soon. Man, holy moly. That is so true, dude. The mother of all bailouts. I mean, last crash, we bailed out all the stinky bankers. It wasn't reported. It was underneath the table. This crash, we're bailing out bankers. We're bailing out the auto industry, which we did last time, the hotel industry, the casino industry, the airline industry, the trucking industry, the farmers. We're already bailing these guys out. I mean, guys, we're going to bail out everyone. So guess who's going to pay for it? You and me. We're going to pay out because these too big to fail corporations, that are zombie companies that don't have good freaking products, right? They over leverage. They bought their own stocks. We're going to have to bail them out. You know what I say? Let them fucking go to hell. Let them burn. Okay. So new competition can come in. I don't care if Ford goes bankrupt. I don't care if GMC goes bankrupt. I don't care if Bank of America goes bankrupt. Fuck them. Fuck them, dude, because there's other technologies out there. There are other companies that'll come and replace them. That's what true capitalism is. So right then and there, we're living not in true capitalism. We're living in a rigged market. Because if they're going to bail out the car industry, they're going to bail out the farmer, they're going to bail out all these people, then where's the free enterprise? Where's the capitalism? Where's the free markets, man? There is none. It's rigged. Just like the stock market. This is the second time they had to pull the circuit. Look, they didn't allow people to trade their own fucking money. They pulled the circuit. So you can tell the market is rigged. Okay, if it was a free market like the stock, there would be no powers to be. There would be no custodians to say, no. This is your money. This is your retirement, but we're not going to allow you to trade right now. Right? They wouldn't do that. Right? They'll allow it to fall. And it's rigged when there are people in play that can just plug you from your trade. Listen to what I said. This is your money. This is your wife's money, your kids' money, your retirement, your grandkids' money. They're going to let you have your money, dude. This is the stocks. Now, what do you think is going to happen to the banks? They ain't going to give you your money either. And I did videos about that in 2016 where I went to try to get my money out of the bank. They wouldn't give it to me. Right? I had to talk to management. I had to put an order in. I had to wait. People call me crazy. Go to my YouTube channel. Go check it out. Right? That was 2016. Well, what do you think is going to happen now? What do you think is going to happen now? I mean, what do you think why the president came and said, look, our banks are very, very liquid. That means they're not liquid. I'm not giving financial advice, but I don't trace the bankers, and we're going to have the biggest bailout ever for the elite riches. The elites are going to get banked out, but I tell you what, more Americans are going to have bankruptcy than ever before. We're going to have more bankruptcy in America than ever before. More Americans are going to lose their 401, lose their pensions, lose their retirement, lose their businesses, lose their houses, lose their cars, lose their jobs, while the stinky elites will get a bailout from us and maybe a bail-in into our savings. All right, trying to get some of these, what people are saying. Thanks for everyone for commenting. Click the like button, share this message. Don't forget to go to MrNoFluff.com. I'm having the biggest sell ever, guys, on most of my products. Massive sell to help you get your dreams. Okay. Mother of all Bellas, I read that one. Yep. Hey there, my man, my good man. Chat room. I've heard banks are going to stop lending. Sellers who did refinance a month ago are now back in default. Man, he said that the bank's going to stop lending. Well, of course, because they're going to go bankrupt, dude. There's bank runs right now. There's bank to bank runs. It's called the repo market. See, they have all these confusing names, like, you know what I'm saying, the repo market. You know, basically, there's a bank to bank run right now. That's why the Fed is bailing out the banks with a tune of $1 billion a day. Not one, not all of it a day, right? So yes, historically, 2006, 2007, 2008, what did the banks do? They pulled back their money. They pulled back, and people were devastated. Home builders were devastated. Investors were devastated. There are hundreds and thousands of millions of people that run their whole business on a line of credit. They got no money. The only reason they're making money and they have lavish things is because they're making payments, because cash flow is coming in. But once that credit pulls back, well, they got no more cash flow. They don't got money to pay their workers. They don't got money to pay their rent. They don't got money for their mortgages. Okay, so it's, you know, banks will stop lending, and that's why the Fed is printing money like they are and giving it to the bankers, because they don't want it to stop. They don't want them to stop lending, because the whole thing will crash like you've never seen before. But yeah, you're right, my man. Iron 5. Dow gone back most of the increased losses already. Do you do consulting over the phone? I'd love to share information with you. My man says, on the profit sharing, I do better than that. I send you a link. It's just like I see you and you see me, okay? You know, and we get to talk one-on-one, dude, okay, with you. You know, when you join the profit sharing, our very first meeting, I get to learn about you, your goals, your dreams, so we can tailor an action plan, a success plan for you. Then we have the other meetings. But yes, it'll be a live interaction. Okay, we're not going to do a phone. We're going to actually do live, where I get to see you and you get to see me, and we're live asking. Phone's too old school. We got the newest technology happening, man. But yes, I got over 2,000 expired lists from a realtor. The home prices were 400K and up. Okay, my man said Iron 5. He said he got 2,000 expired lists from realtors. Man, expired lists are going up and up and up. But here, when you buy an expired list, you don't have the seller's phone number. What I teach in my Alchemist Stone automation system, my funnel system, is how to take those expired lists and go get their phone numbers, go get their emails, go get their mama's addresses, their cousin's addresses, and more importantly, even get their social media account, so you can reach out to them and buy their home, right? And, you know, guys, I give all my stuff for free, but some of it I gotta, you know, feed my kids. I got 2 kids and a wife, and I'm giving all my stuff to the homeless. So I'm starting new, so I can't give everything out for free. If you're interested in downloading my automation system, the Alchemy funnel system, leave me a comment. I might consider, you know, I normally sell it for $9,000. I might consider selling it for, like I said, $900 or $500, depending on the demand. If there's a lot of demand for it, I'll lower the price. But if there's not, I really don't want to give $10,000 of franchises. It took me 25 years to create this. So much stuff, right? It's the whole business. I'm giving it in one package, unless there's a lot of demand for it. Okay, I've told people they are setting up for superior war. I agree with you, man. He said that the Fed announced 1 trillion repo over the next few days. Dude, I mean, no one even knows what a billion is. No one really understands what a trillion is. You know what I'm saying, dude? They're just printing and gonna print, and they're gonna print to everyone's life saving is worth $1, right? Everyone's life saving is not worth anything anymore. Basement awakens. It's getting crazy out here, people. Man, not only in America, all over the world, these central bankers are evil. We don't need bankers. They don't got no money. They're using our money to lend it out. They're making massive money. They're creating debt instruments, and we have to beg them for money. Phil says not doing anything is a risk. Got to step out on faith and have balls to fall forward. And I agree with you 100%. 100%. Guys, you know, Risk is 2016. Risk is 2015, 2014 to get in stock, to buy a business, to buy a house, personal, even. 2020 is not a risk for me. The risk is so low. Let me rephrase. There is a risk. In 2015, 2016, the reward was this much. The risk was this much. In 2020, the reward is this much, and the risk is this much. Because everything is on sale. Everything is on sale. So to me, it's not a risk. The risk is so, like, that's why I love the new flip. The risk is this much because you only put up $100. $100. No credit cards, no debt, no family money, no hard money, no banker's money. Just $100 to make thousands of dollars. The risk is this much, but the reward is this much because you can turn that $100 into 200%, 500%, 700% in a matter of hours or days or weeks. Okay. So that's why the new flip works. So anytime, the way I like to invest is I like to see the risk this much and the return this much. Then I'm willing to take a risk. In 2016, I got into real estate because the risk was this much and the return was only this much because everyone was having success in it. Prices kept going up and up. And I was like, dude, that doesn't make any sense. I like to only get into the water when the risk compared to the return overshadows the returns overshadows the risk 100 times, 10 times, 200 times, 700 times. Okay, I'm not going to get into any kind of investment when it's going up. That's just the dumbest thing ever. All right, my man says, Al Powell, he says, what about sandwich leases options? You like to play with that? Guys, creative financing 2020 is the game to be. It doesn't matter what you're talking about. If you're talking about lease options, if you're talking about leases, if you're talking about master leases, if you're talking about subject twos, wraps, whatever you're talking about, creative investing is the place to be. Now, I don't like to do lease options or master leases. I like to, because it's a weaker positioning. Okay, I don't want to be a renter. That's what a lease option is. I already get the deed. I already be the owner of the property, and that's why I don't do those things. That's why I don't play those lease options and whatever. Because why? If I'm talking to a motivated seller, why do I want to rent their home into a lease option when this guy is motivated? I could just buy their home. I could just take over their payments. Right? It's all about the way I approach it. So in a downward market like this, I'm not going to try to do, lease options when I could just get the deed. Because with a lease option, I'm in a very vulnerable situation. The guy could file bankruptcy, the guy could get a judgment, and I got an option to buy it, and it goes my ability to earn the profits down the line. Well, if I get the deed in my name, whatever happens to the seller happens to the seller. It has no business to do with my property. I got the deed. So in this market, I'm going to go 100% getting the deed in a subject to, or the seller becomes my bank, versus doing those inferior, weaker, creative financing, if that makes any sense. Someone was talking about Trump, dude. Isn't him and his kids tell everyone to buy the dip? Isn't this guy the same guy that caused a tariff in the melt of a fucking meltdown? Think about it, right? Right now in America, our hospitals cannot get testing kits from Korea, which they're doing 15,000 tests a day, but the FDA, they don't have anything. It's barely just coming out a month later, like, oh, we didn't know it was going to happen, when we had months and months of seeing China was going there. But they're not allowing the average citizen, the average private business, doctors, hospitals to order these test kits from a different country, right? Thanks to their policies, right? So I don't believe anything the Fed says. I don't believe anything the FDA says. I don't believe anything the Big Brother says, to be honest with you. I don't believe what the hell the FDA says, because I've done significant research since high school, because I was homeopathic in supplements. I believed in so much, and I've done so much medical journal research back in my time that I really realized the FDA is a lying sack of shit. and their only job is to protect the pharmaceutical companies, and they're in bed with them, right? They're saying that, our test is better, and that's why we can't allow those tests to come in. No. Just today in a Senate meeting with the CDC and with other doctors, they were saying that it's going to cost almost $1,500 per person to pay for this coronavirus test. That doesn't even include, the emergency room fees, or it doesn't even include the, quarantine. Just $1,500, right? Well, guess what? You can probably get it in Korea for $10 the kit, dude. But they don't want it because it ain't safe, man. We got to allow our pharmaceutical companies to make all the money. I don't believe a word they say. For me, nature will heal you. Multivitamins, vitamin C, echinacea, caloric silver. Guys, those things work. They work so great that other countries use them as medicine, but not in America. Not because pharmaceutical companies cannot patent these things because they're naturally free grown. But if they can take what's natural and somehow make it in a test tube and patent it, now it's good for you. So big crazy things are coming, dude. The metrics. Please tell me you have an article. I would like to read up on this. Man, I have over 800 videos on my YouTube channel. You can go to My Real Estate Dojo, click on the free training. It's blogs. So I can't write a spell, so I do videos for you guys. So you can listen to it live when you're driving in your car or whatever. Someone else says, is real estate is going down in value? The real though is it's already going down in value, and it's going to go down significantly, and it's going to be so down that there's going to be so much motivated sellers out there that it's going to be unheard of. They changed debt to income ratio. They changed the way that people can qualify for a loan and made it more relaxed. Subprime mortgage is nothing to what's happening today. And, the newest thing is now banks are going to refinance. Well, think about it. Whoever refinances is a real dumb motherfucker, and here's the reason why. Because whenever you refinance, you quickly pay the banks 5, 7, 10, 20, depends on the price. Your amortization resets. What does that mean? That's the key that most people don't understand, is that in the first 10, 15 years, every payment you make to a stinky banker, the majority of the money is going to the banker's pocket, called interest. You're not paying off the debt balance, the principal. And every time you refinance, you set the clock. And bankers love that because you never pay off your fucking debt. So, of course, bankers are going to love to refinance people because right off the bat, they're broke. They're going to get 5, 10, 17, 20, it depends on the mortgage amount, instantly from that seller. Right now, you need to give us that money now. They're going to make all kinds of fees on loan generation. It's going to be boosting the economy for them. And the people, a lot of them have already ultra low interest rate. And what they don't realize is maybe it's 1% and now they could get 0.5. What they don't realize is by the time they put that down, refinancing money down, 5, 10, whatever it is they want, plus pay all the junk fees, and by the time they reset the amortization, over the long run, they're going to pay way more than they thought they were going to get, but they don't understand it because it's so complex. It takes a really smart person to sit there and real good with math and do all this stuff and figure all this stuff out and that's what bankers do. They're really good at diluting the water with a bunch of mud so you cannot see. That's what reverse mortgages are. That's what mortgage-backed securities are. That's what derivatives are. They're really good at that. Trust me, they've been fooling Americans since 1919. So yeah, real estate is going to go down. That's why I say it's the best time ever to be a real estate investor. Guys, click the like button, share this message. Let me know what state you're in. And make sure you go to my website, check and download the new flip, the virtual wholesaling, guys. And I have a lot of my best-selling courses for massive sell, fire sell, because I want you to be users, guys, at My Real Estate Dojo. Okay. Someone else says, I'm looking to buy subject to or with owner financing for the next 16 months. Iron 5, great idea. You may consider downloading the virtual wholesaling course. It teaches you how to get these deals over the phone in any state. Okay. At the same time, you may consider joining my profit sharing. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. I have a 401k as well. What would be your advice on how to get it out of the stock market? I have 100% cost of Scott. 10 crowd. Hey, my man, I can't give you financial advice. I don't know you. I don't know your situation. But what I do promote on my channel is to think for yourself. That's what I promote, right? To think for yourself. And more than likely right now, if you're just thinking about this, you already got beat up. You already got beat up. And those options that I was promoting for myself in 2016, I'll let the world know, like gold, those options are already kind of gone away. Gold was $1,100. Now it's like $1,600. So, can't tell you what to do. You got to think for yourself. But for me, real estate is the play. Starting a business is the play. Buying existing businesses to play, and when the market crashes 60-70%, and there's like Tesla stocks from $500 to like $50, $60, I may even get into stocks. I don't like stocks, but it's on such a big sell. You know what I'm saying? But not now. For me, I'm not getting into it now. When I see bloodbath, you know what I'm saying? When I see stocks of Tesla go from 500 to 50 to $60, I may consider to get into stocks myself, but I can't tell you what to do. But real estate historically has done amazing. Gold historically has done amazing in crashes. But anyone that's thinking about what they should do now, they're already getting butchered. They're getting butchered. And it's hard to figure out where to put your money. For me, it's to buy passive income. And this is not a financial advice. I'm not trying to tell you what to do or any shape or fashion. I'm more wrong than right, because I'm human. Sean Perry says, I'm interested. Well, if you're interested, the new flip, if you're looking to make some money today, the virtual wholesaling course, if you want to learn how to do deals in your pajamas over your cell phone, and if you got your money ready, you're ready to do deals now. You're tired of learning. You want to go ahead and do a deal now. You want to get your own subject to. You want to get your own wholesaling deal, whatever, rental property. Then consider joining my profit sharing 3K 1 month coaching. After that, if you want to stay, it's only $119 a month. I gift you $9,500 of badass courses that I sell for shitload of money for free, like my Flipping Wednesdays. I give it to you for free, like my Alchemist Net. I sell it for $2,000. You get it for free. Flipping Wednesday, sell for $2,000. You get it for free when you join. And that's because when you show me love, I want to show you love. And I know my stuff works. And when you cash a big check, we're going to split the profit on one deal, profit sharing. We split the profit on one deal, 3K, 1 month of coaching. You get $9,500 worth of free stuff that actually works. And I sell it. There's people that buy it. What are my real estate budget? Look at all the tools you get for free when you join profit sharing. Please don't wait. There's a limited amount of seats. I can't take everyone. Okay. And if you have a negative mindset, you're very fucking negative, you don't believe in this shit, please don't join. I don't have energy to give you because I've done that mistake before. Worked with a lot of, great people, but didn't believe in themselves. And it sucked my fucking energy away. And that's why I had to cut it off. That's why I increased the price from $119 for profit sharing to $3,000, because I really quickly realized hanging out with people that suck my energy is bad for me and my family. And I highly recommend everyone to cut off people that are negative in your life. If people don't believe in you, cut them off, dude. If people think that shit doesn't work, your business is not good, they don't like the way you look, they don't like, fucking cut them off. You don't need that kind of crap, dude. I don't care if it's your mama, your daddy, your cousin, your girlfriend, whoever the fuck, your uncle. That's what I do. Back in 2006, when I graduated college, well, it was a little bit before that, my parents didn't believe in me when I said I was going to start a business. They were always telling me I couldn't do it. I lived in my car. I cut them off. I couldn't deal with that shit, right? So you know what? I'm going to go in business myself. Less than a year later, I was a multi-millionaire with starting with $100. And I'm not trying to brag. I give all that shit up, almost all of it, to the homeless people because I wasn't happy, right? And I'm being honest with you because accumulations didn't make me happy. Helping people makes me happy. That's why I started my YouTube channel in 2013, because I wasn't happy. And I remember helping people, made me a lot happier. When people call me and say, man, I just made a $5,000 check, man. I just made $3,000. I just quit my job. People told me they just quit their job. That makes me really happy, dude, right? It makes me good because now life is more than accumulation for me. Service. All right, guys. Thanks. I'm highly interested. Awesome, man. California. Al, I'm up in Michigan, brother, man. Man, Michigan, man, you guys have those cheap homes, man, where you can buy it for $30,000 and rent it for $1,000 a month. And that was in the last crash. So, man, that's a good place to be. Okay. How much for the discount price? Rod Gomez, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. The discount price on profit sharing is $3K for 1 month of coaching. The discount price on my virtual wholesaling is $157. I sell it for $4,000. It's $157 for a full day training. Okay, everything you need to know. Okay, and the discount on the new flip, if you're looking for a side hustle where you can make money like this in a market, it's only $97. You can get the new flip for just $97. If I was you, I would just get the new flip and the virtual wholesaling, add it together, and thank me later. Start with the new flip if you're new. Stack your chips, get the experience, learn how to talk to sellers, learn how to give offers, learn how to inspect, do some deals, change your mindset, and then get into flipping homes. Because to get into real estate is a very complex business. If you only had a job all your life and people are telling you can just become a real estate investor, please, it's very, very complicated. As Rich Dad says, there's a cash flow quadrant. If you're in the E, so you can't just go from the E and skip the S, the B, and the I. You have to travel through all that. That's what I did. Since high school, I traveled through all this. 25 years, right? I didn't just go from having a job like washing car in high school to becoming an investor. So the new flip allows you to go from the E to the S to the B and to the I. Or you can go from the E to the S and go quickly to the I. Depends on how you want to take the new flip, because the new flip is a full-fledged business that you could take it and open a storefront if you want, just do it through the internet if you want, or you can just do it as a side hustle and just put thousands of dollars in your pocket. Depends on how you want to do it. If you want to just do it as a side hustle, then you would just be in the S quadrant. If you want to do a full-fledged business, then you'll be in the B quadrant. But at the very least, you got to be in the S or the B to have any kind of success in the I as an investor, because there's so much difference between the mindset that's required from being an E. And that's why so many people fail when they go from an E to a B or I, because their mindset is totally wrong. Okay. When you have a job, you don't have to worry about anything. Maybe not getting fired. You don't have to be creative. They tell you what to do, how to do it, when to do it, what you should do, what's your day off. You don't have to, imagine anything. You don't have to take risks. You just show up, and on Friday or Monday, whenever you get paid, you get paid. But as an entrepreneur, it's not like that, right? As an entrepreneur, it's not like that. Okay, you have to believe in yourself, right? And so that's why the new flip is so important, because I call it a game, but it's a full-fledged business. It's a game because it monetizes your belief system into believing yourself. It monetizes your assumptions that you need a lot of money to make it in America, that you need to have a successful business or successful credit. You need, no, you could do it in America with $100, no website, no nothing, no equipment, just through your computers. And I'll show you how to do it fast. Once you do your first deal, you'll be hooked. I have a student in California did 8 flips in 4 weeks. That's 1 month. He did 8 flips. It's like 2 deals a week, right? Start with $100, guys. It works everywhere. Doesn't care if you're in Oklahoma, you're in Minnesota, you're in California, you're in Kansas, everywhere. I do it every day because in today's market, I cannot get a better return anywhere than the new flip, 200 to 700%. It does take a little work, but it's so simple that I'm going to have my kid do it when she turns 7 or 8 years old. She can do it because I'm grooming her to be an entrepreneur. And I highly recommend everyone get the new flip. If you have a job and you're thinking about starting a business, you're thinking about becoming a real estate investor, it doesn't matter if you're trying to do wholesaling, you're trying to be a landlord, before you do that, do the new flip. Try to do 3 deals. If you can't do 3 deals, then you may consider not getting into $100,000 debts or borrowing hundreds of thousands of dollars from the bank just to get into real estate. Because if you can't do the new flip, you're probably going to fail as an entrepreneur, as a real estate investor. And I don't mean disrespect. I'm just telling you the truth. I've seen so many people, okay? The new flip. If you did the new flip, you did 3 deals, you're ready to go to the next level, man, okay? But if you did a new flip and it's so easy and you have excuses, oh, this is not going to work in my area. This is not going to work. I don't have this. I can't do this. I don't want to do this. Whatever excuses you have for yourself, then the truth of the fact is whatever else you do in life as an entrepreneur, you're going to have excuses too. And I'm being dead honest with you. So you're better off sticking with a job where they take care of you. They wipe your mouth. They give you the little titty. You don't have to worry about anything. Hoping and praying that they won't fire you, they won't go bankrupt. But that's all you got to do. Just show up, and pray that they're not going to fire you. They're not going to go bankrupt. Okay. But as an entrepreneur, you have to be able to be willing to take risks. You have to be willing to learn, to change yourself, and more importantly, to believe in yourself. Because no one else will. Not your mom. At least my mama didn't believe in me. My daddy didn't believe in me. My cousin didn't believe in me. My best friend didn't believe in me. The bankers didn't believe. And thank God none of them believed in me. Because I probably wouldn't be where I am if they believed in me. Right? And I'm so happy that no one believed in me, that I learned to think for myself. And that's what I recommend for everyone. To think for yourself. To do what everyone is doing, you got to be a fool. Let me say that again. To buy stocks when it was 2016, you got to be a fool. To buy stocks just a couple of months ago, you got to be a fool, not financial advice. To get in real estate in 2016, 2015, 2014, you had to be a fool. Right? And now that everyone thinks the market's going to crash, it's bad news everywhere you look. For me, it's the best time to be a real estate investor. It's the best time to be an entrepreneur because I could work this much and make this much returns. Where in 2016, 2014, 2017, 2018, I had to work a whole lot to get this much of a return. And I don't like to work a whole lot. I like to do the least amount of work and get the most amount of harvest. And if you're like me, MrNoFluff.com, download some courses, guys. How much of a discount? I read that. I've been in construction, remodeling for 15 years. Wow, great to hear, man. You know, then fix and flipping, buying houses and turning into rental properties. Great idea. You know, when I got into real estate, I didn't know anything about construction. Nothing. I still don't know that much about construction because I don't do fix and flip. I know how much things will cost me, right? I know how long things will take, but I'm the type of guy that can't even change his own flat, guys. I'm not a technical guy in that sense, but I am very good with the computers, with technology. And so, you know, you have a lot more experience than me. So when I went to buy my very first house, I didn't know if I was doing it right because I didn't know how much this is going to cost. But thank God I bought a pretty home that didn't need any repairs, right? And it didn't need any repairs, which is awesome. And that's what I do. What I do is because I know what my lacks are. And that's why I don't do fix and flips. And by me seeing so many of my students losing thousands of hundreds filing bankruptcy because doing fix and flips, I learned that that's probably not for me. But maybe that'd be for you because you have that background. For me, it's pretty homes in nice areas that are going to go up in price through appreciation down the line. But I'm not buying it for that. I'm buying it today because I'm getting massive cash flow by just taking someone's payment. That's the only reason I'm buying it. So I don't buy war zones. I don't buy hood zones. I don't buy beat up homes. I don't buy fix and flippers. I don't do that. I buy beautiful homes that I can live in right now. That is a safe area. I can put my mama in there. I can put my cousin in there. I can put anyone in there because I feel comfortable, even my kid. And that's what I invest in. Beautiful homes that their sellers are over leveraged, which is a lot of people in America. And they lost their jobs or their businesses or they lost their retirements or the houses are going down, whatever the story is, and they want out and they can't get out. And I provide that relief. And in return, I get a lot of benefits. And in return, the seller gets a lot of benefits. They get at least not to have one black guy from the foreclosure or better, two black guys, because a lot of sellers will listen to their attorneys and they'll file bankruptcy and they'll have two black guys. There'll be $5-10 grand down to the bankruptcy attorney. The house still gets foreclosed on. Every single home I've ever seen, and I've been doing this since 2006 as an investor, and I've been an entrepreneur since high school. Every seller that I ever saw that filed bankruptcy still got their house foreclosed on. Every single one, 100%. Because bankruptcy doesn't save your home. The bankers will still get your home. But when these sellers go and meet these attorneys, they're like, yeah, man, we can both try to save your home, but they don't tell them the truth. And again, I'm not an attorney. I'm not trying to tell you, listen to those guys, do whatever you want to do, and I recommend to think for yourself. But I would never file for a bankruptcy. Because if I was in a situation where my house is going foreclosure, I wouldn't be filing for a bankruptcy. Because what is that going to do? Besides me, will fork over $5-7 grand to that attorney, my house is still going under. Okay. So guys, thanks for watching. Click the like button. Go to MrNoFluff.com before the sale is over. It's limited supplies. Make your dreams come true. Peace.